Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've got 10:01, so I call this meeting to order. We will begin this morning as usual with an invocation followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for the start of another day, another week, for the beautiful weather outside. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to serve this community. I pray for your wisdom in all the decisions before us today. And please be with us in the many activities in this week ahead. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Next item we have on our agenda is citizens communication. Anyone who would like to address the court on any county business, you are welcome to do so at this time. Morning, Michael.
Good morning, Commissioners. Judge, I'm Michael Bondro. I live at 2107 North Bend, Jordan. I would like to thank the Sheriff's Department and the ATF. There is a person impersonating a police officer with red and blue lights over at Crossroads Apartment off Colorado and Azalea, and they found a whole bunch of incendiary devices and Moe cocktail devices, and it could have been a possible kidnapping or murder, and appreciate that, and KABU 25 for reporting it accurately. They snuck up on him. That was the sheriff's deputy, and he didn't know what hit him and stuff, you know, and appreciate the police patrol with the sheriff's deputies and Victoria Police Department at Crossroads Apartment. They're always there, so that's a good place to live because there's always police presence, so you always have somebody there, so I appreciate it. And also my friend, he's got cancer on March the 8th. He's a veteran. He's having a benefit, a barbecue with chicken, sausage, rice, and beans, and I appreciate Commissioner Garcia for helping and everything, and I'm trying to get rid of these tickets for $12 a head and stuff, and I appreciate everything. And also on 2207 North Jecker, there's a problem with loose dogs still. Animal Care Services did their job correctly around October last year and picked up the dogs. There was 29 dogs there, and they picked up 11. And there's still dogs loose there. Animal Care Services recently made sure the gate was closed because they were squeezing in. But on the right side, the fence is dilapidated, and they haven't finished it, and the dogs are jumping across the fence. They're also biting people. One person got bit in that area and walked to Christ Kitchen for help, but despite code enforcement doing their job and Animal Care Services doing the job, the dude on 2207 North Jecker refuses to take action. So I don't know if that's a management issue or what have you, or maybe he's sick, but it appears that he's a dog hoarder and a trash hoarder, and I wish he would take care of it. You know, we live in a civilized country. We have Keep Victoria Beautiful, and people should do more to help, you know, with the dogs. And if he can't afford to fix the fence, he sure can't afford to have dogs and stuff. But I guess it would be upper management take care of it. Maybe the county attorney could write him a letter and everything. But it appears that he's not going to listen to code enforcement, and they'll probably have to file a lawsuit just to take care of all that rubbish and junk there. Thanks, and have a good
Thank you, sir.
morning, and thanks for Joe Hernandez for what he's done for Animal Care Service.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Michael.
Appreciate it.
Lenny, good morning, sir.
Judge, good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, lady.
Good morning, sir. I just wanted to inform you that as of tomorrow, we will have a change of aircraft for turn flight for SkyWest Airlines United Express. They have been operating CRJ 250 passengers. Tomorrow in the afternoon flight, which will become an evening flight, we will have what's called a CRJ 550, which in essence is a CRJ 700, derated to 50 passengers. So same aircraft, the difference is it goes from 76 passengers to 50. It was purposely marketed, larger aircraft with less seats for special markets. That aircraft will be coming to Victoria, and it will actually have a first class and business class in essence, and
Wow.
regular class. As you reduce the size of the aircraft, there is space inside of the aircraft. So between first class and economy, there is an area that is dedicated for luggage, roll-on luggage. So instead of putting the luggage under the belly, you can just put it in those areas right there.
Okay.
It's got no goes top to bottom on either side. Much better aircraft. Schedule is a little something that we're going to learn how we do, although the flight will be later during the early evening rather than afternoon. You still get about a good amount of connections, specifically to the connections that are people that fly from Victoria like to do. Amongst those, we have DFW, Oklahoma City, Las Vegas, Denver, San Francisco, LAX, and others that will still have good connections going at that point.
Okay.
It gives the ability to some people that might want to complete a full day of work and then leave to whatever their destination is. Also, people that might come to do business here, they can have a full day of work and still
Still get back.
we have a lot of traveling nurses that can do that rather than waking up in the morning. We don't know how this schedule is going to do, but I will keep you informed of how we're
Okay.
going forward. But that starts tomorrow.
That starts
The
tomorrow.
flight will leave Houston about 8:07 and land here and depart here at 7:27 in the evening. One good thing about it is that a lot of people who are flying into Houston that fly in the afternoon don't have to wait anymore until like 9:45 or 9:50 that the last flight is coming
Yeah.
in. So there's a little pros and a little cons. Better
Yeah.
aircraft, first class. And what I'm seeing on the first class side is that a lot of people that have very little status with United, they will be
Bumped up.
upgraded to first
Yeah.
class, for 27 minutes. And they might get a glass of water at that
you
period
never
of time. But, there's some advantages and disadvantages. And I'm hoping that, things kind of settle up and people still continue to fly
Well,
with
that's
that.
good. I mean, I guess the next thing we can hope for down the road is maybe an ERJ 175 or something, or,
Something like that.
Something like that.
From my professional point of view, what I see from the very beginning, I probably see that people are going to be trying to figure out what they need to do, and what they're going to do is it's going to attract more people to the 5:30 a.m. flight
Yeah.
for the time being, just because, that late afternoon flight doesn't work for them. But when people realize that it's actually a convenience, it kind of will equal out. But we'll probably see higher loads in the morning flight.
Oh, yeah.
Coming forward.
okay.
So,
On another note, Lenny, while you're here, we've submitted the application for the terminal.
Correct.
grant. What was the time frame we anticipate on having an answer back on that?
people who have their ears to the ground and in Washington D.C., they're saying late March, probably first part of April.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Other than that, don't know yet that we haven't heard anything. But that's the people who, have the ground to the ear in Washington D.C. We also submitted 2 applications for our contract tower. We want to put a fence around. We got 2 previous grants, one that is about to be finished with all the radios, everything that we have in the tower. One piece of equipment needs to be installed and will be done. And on the other grant, we're still working through the process of the contract that I will bring to Commissioner's
Okay.
Court next week. And then, there's that new application to put a gates fence, security system in the front of the tower. That's something that we hope also to hear in the same period of time of end of March, first part of April. Yeah.
Very good.
But we're crossing our fingers on that ATP grant or the airport
Yeah.
terminal grant. So we hope that we get a good amount of that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Other comments this morning in citizens' communication?
Hey, Rick?
Rick, good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
So, want to talk about our first-class JWB in our office, which is Jenna West Banda. So we came up on a decade of her being here, and so I know that's going to come up during the employee recognitions. She is not here this morning. I'm sure she's watching online, so wanted to give recognition to her. And so obviously a decade of doing this job for 10 years, coming up this past Sunday. As Judge fully is aware, most of the time, we're doing our jobs for 10 years, and it seems like it's been 20. And so she is an extraordinary asset to our team. And so I just want to make sure I gave her recognition for the outstanding work that she does and has been doing for the last decade. And so hopefully we'll keep her on for another decade more. So,
All right.
that was
Well said. Thank you, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Other comments this morning? Anything up here? I have on my notes, early voting continues through Friday, 7 to 7, if I'm not mistaken, all this week. And then, of course, Election Day is next Tuesday, the 3rd. All right, if there is nothing else, we will move right along in the agenda. Item number 4 is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in your packets.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 5, consider approval of accounts payable and take appropriate action.
Accounts payable for February 23rd, 2026 are $2,175,430.02. Supplemental payments are $447,324.83.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Michelle. Item 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
We have none this morning.
Easy enough. Item 7 then is to consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
Also, none of those this morning either.
All right, thank you, Heidi. Number 8 then is to consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments and take appropriate action. We have the February 19th memo from our hospital showing those interim vendor payments in the amount of $14,476.01. And the ACH report on that same date was in the amount of $3,277,177.61.
Move for approval. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 9 is to authorize monthly payments to the City of Victoria in the amount of $333,556.47 for the months of January 2026 through September 2026 in connection to the interlocal agreement between Victoria County and the City of Victoria for the provision of fire and rescue services. As our agreement stipulates, we've gotten the calculation from the city for the upcoming year, and our cash portion of compensation totals $3,002,008.23, which divided up over that period of time comes up to the $333,000 figure. So this is the contract we have. This is simply the authorization to pay this new amount in the months upcoming. Again, that total amount of our cash portion of compensation is a hair over $3 million. Any discussion related to that?
No, sir.
If there is not, do we have a motion to approve item number 9?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Let's see. Item number 10 is to consider approval of a subscription agreement between the Victoria County Elections Division and SOE Software Corp. in connection with Election Night Reporting 2026 through 2028 and take appropriate action. We have a memo here from our Elections Administrator requesting approval of this agreement And then, of course, a copy of the agreement itself for that election night reporting software.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 11 is to consider approval of the following resolutions for the Victoria County Sheriff's Office grant applications through the Office of the Governor and take appropriate action. A, Resolution 2026-030 for fiscal year 2025 Operation Stone Garden Grant Number 318211. And B is Resolution 2026-031 for fiscal year 27 Stone Garden Grant Number 5818101. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning. So, Stone Garden, annual allocation for that. This is going to be for overtime, a vehicle, and some maintenance costs related to vehicles and equipment. The amount is going to be around $438,000, so definitely a nice chunk of change there. So Lone Star, this one's a little bit different. We do apply every year, unsure of like what our final outcome will be. So the request, however, is for around $745,000 for overtime and vehicles.
Okay.
Very good. Both very impactful and important grants that have helped the SO significantly.
So this is just for the application. We'll be back for awards at some point.
Okay.
Very good.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve 11A and B. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 12 is to ratify Resolution number 2026-029, authorizing the fiscal year 2027 Sheriff Immigration Enforcement Grant Program through Senate Bill 8, application submission for the Victoria County Sheriff's Office and take appropriate action.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sheriff.
How are y'all?
Morning, Sheriff.
This is just the last step. We need to submit the application for that Senate Bill 8 money.
Okay, in this resolution, I went ahead and signed it. This is a ratification of that
Yes, sir.
from the court itself. And can you give us a brief overview about what this would entail, Sheriff?
Roughly, I believe it's around $80,000 that is going to be used for immigration things as far as, and it can be used for overtime, equipment, just whatever we need. It's pretty vague, so it'll help take some of the costs out of the county when we're dealing with some of these situations.
Gotcha, and that's on a reimbursement basis?
I believe
Or-
so.
Okay.
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 All right. Move to ratify.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that item? If not, all those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Item number 13 is to consider the following in connection with the Texas Community Development Block Grant, Water Control Improvement District Number 1, Sanitary Sewer Rehabilitation Project, CDV 23-0328, and take appropriate action. A is to reject all bids for the Water Control Improvement District Number 1, Sanitary Sewer Rehabilitation Project, and B is to authorize to advertise for the rebid of the Water Control Improvement District Number 1 project on March 1st, 2026 and March 8th. What have we got here?
Yep.
So, as it turns out, we had 5 proposals for this, so it was really strong. Unfortunately, there was an issue with the grant scope of work and the scope of work and how it was divided into adults in the bid. So it has to be rebid.
Okay.
And it was something that was overlooked by the grant administrator at GrantWorks. And so I talked to Commissioner Garcia, since this is in his precinct. This is the Bloomington Water District project. And they are going to take care of the cost of the rebid advertisement. So at least we're not out financially on that.
Okay.
So,
All right, thank you, Robin. Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on 13A and B. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 14 is to receive for the record Victoria County Constable Precinct 4 Racial Profiling Analysis Report and take appropriate action. This is required annually of our law enforcement agencies, and this is the one we're receiving for the record for Precinct 4 Constable.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 15 is to ratify the purchase of property located at 204 South William Street, Victoria, Texas, and authorize the county judge to execute all necessary documents to complete the purchase and take appropriate action. This is a parking lot close to our 311 building downtown here, and we are moving forward with the purchase with the court's approval of this item.
Move to ratify.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 16 is to consider approval of payment application number 21 to Forney Construction LLC in the amount of $853,082.03 in connection with the Citizens Medical Center Intensive Care Unit Addition and Renovation Project. As I understand it, we're looking at a ribbon cutting on that or a completion. We're looking at what, May
Yeah, I think
now,
it's May.
thereabouts?
May.
So that will be happening soon, a very significant project at our hospital.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. I understand we're going to pass on 17, okay? Do we need that back on the agenda next week?
Yes.
Okay. All right. 18 then is to consider approval of quote number 46 from Castillo B Concrete in the amount of $23,000 for concrete work and bridge upgrades in Precinct 1 and take appropriate action.
Judge, this is part of the Union Pacific agreement to help us with the improvements on Key Road, and this is part of the work that will be done there. Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. So that's funded by UP as a,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Well, they've already given us the money.
They're giving you the page, yeah.
Gotcha, okay. All those in favor of
Aye.
approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 19 is to consider approval of Resolution 2026-026 for a road donation valued at $576 from Larry Dolgner for the installation of a pipe culvert located at 1748 Kemper City Road in Precinct 3 and take appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 20 is to consider approval of a renewal agreement with Texas Association of Counties Affordable Care Act Reporting and Tracking Service and take appropriate action. Good morning, Paige. What have we got here?
So this is the same, this is the same agreement that we do every year with a few modifications since we've actually moved to TAC for our insurance and everything. But it's the same agreement. I actually asked, do we have to sign this since we're now with y'all? And the answer is yes. So it's the same agreement that we do every year, and it's so they can do our medical, they put everything together for all the medical stuff that we still have to do for Obamacare.
Okay.
And
So
so-
98 and all that stuff, is that it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's see, item 21 is to consider approval of Resolution 2026-027, adopting the Victoria County list of authorized broker-dealers for fiscal year '26 and take appropriate action.
Both these next two items are actually our investment policy. We do this every year. The only thing changed on them is we did change up one of the brokers in the for the broker-dealer list. We actually added the FHN Financial with Buddy Saragas. The last guy we were using and getting information from and talking to, actually, he changed positions and moved on, so we like to have three in case, so that's the only change in the broker-dealer list.
Okay, I do not see a copy of the actual.
That's what I was looking for.
broker- Or the investment policy.
They were sent in. I can get those to you, but yeah, I did send them in. Actually, I sent them in 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So, I expected them in there, so I only brought one copy. I'm sorry.
Okay, and that's of the broker-dealer? Okay.
This is the broker-dealer list.
And do we have a copy, well, I guess it pertained to the next item, but our updated investment policy?
I've got one of those also.
All right.
Like this,
Thank you. Okay, and on that, well, I guess that's the next
Yeah,
item, we'll
next
get
item.
to that. So the broker-dealer updated item, that's a list of 3?
There's a list of 3. We usually try to keep 3 on it. We use 2 of them presently. And then the other one, like I said, I was using for information a lot and never just got the correct rates or, timing, different things. And so I like to keep 3 on it, and that's what is recommended.
Okay, and those 3 are MBS Multi-Bank Securities, FHN Financial,
Which is the new one.
and what is that? Montadon and Associates.
Yeah, that is actually Ameriprise.
Okay,
And we have a few CDs through them. The majority of our stuff, is, of course, is done through multi-bank with Fernando.
okay. Very good, very good. Any discussion or questions on this item, the broker-dealer list?
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. And now 2022 is to consider approval of Resolution 2026-028, adopting the Victoria County Investment Policy and Strategies Investment Committee and appointment of an investment officer for 2026 and take appropriate action. On this, were there any changes from this current version page? from
And
what was-
the only thing I changed in that one is also the same type of thing. We actually had the same 3 pools on there that we've had forever. There was some changing in people and some different things. So I did change up one of the people that were listed for us to work with the pools. Besides that, nothing else has changed.
Okay, no other changes beyond that.
And
Okay.
before we use them, we actually will have to bring through and bring that through court. But we have used that one in the past, which is TexPool.
Okay,
And they are an old vendor of ours. We actually do have an account with them still.
okay. And then the investment committee that is referenced, that consists
The
of
same ones that we had, which is
the treasurer.
the treasurer, the
Karen-
judge, and one commissioner.
Okay,
which
which
is
currently is
currently.
Commissioner Ort.
Yes.
Okay,
And Michelle, the auditor.
yes, county judge, the county auditor, and a commissioner of the court's choosing. Yeah, okay. Very good, very good. All right, any questions from the court related to that?
No, sir.
Okay. All those, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Paige.
Thank you, Paige.
Got 2 of those to sign. Item number 23 is to consider approval of personnel changes and take appropriate action. Wait, is that the duplicate? Can I have that back?
What?
I may have just had 2, what have I got? Okay, yes, we need We've actually got 3 of those. Yeah, there we go, thank you. All right, where was it? 23.
23.
Item 23 is to consider approval of personnel changes and take appropriate action. Are any being walked in? I don't see any in my stack.
I didn't either.
There's none scanned into the packet?
No, I don't think.
Okay.
They just passed on it then again.
Okay, then we will pass on that item. Item 24 then is to receive for the record discretionary budget amendments, if any. I don't have any. Is that, okay. No action needed there. 25 is to consider approval of the 2026 budget amendments and take appropriate action. There are multiple of those, actually 2 pages worth. And those are scanned into
Yeah.
the packet.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. There we go. All right, our next item, we made pretty quick work of that agenda, a lot quicker than I thought. We do have a closed session, though, as our next item, and that's number 26, a closed meeting pursuant to VTCA Government Code 551074 to discuss personnel in various departments, as well as a discussion of boards and commissions, real property, economic development, and a private consultation with the county's attorney if needed. We will go ahead and go into closed session now for those purposes at 10:32. I don't anticipate any action when we come out of closed session. Appreciate everybody's attendance here, and we will see most of y'all here next week.
Thank you.
Have you?
All right, we are coming out of closed session at 11:29 a.m. There is no further business to address in open session, so we will adjourn at 11:29 a.m.